Aston Martin have become the first F1 team to present their actual 2022 car at their season launch. So unlike the reveals we've already seen, Aston Martin didn't opt for meaningless computer renders or a dummy car, instead choosing to reveal an actual real-life racing car that will be shaken down on Friday at Silverstone. In contrast to Red Bull, there's quite a bit that can be gleaned about the car that will go through life as the AMR22. Let's start with the new livery. The pink accents of last year, inspired by the now departed sponsor BWT, are gone. Instead, Aston Martin have detailed their car with lime green accents on top of a revised dark green base, which gives the car a fresh new look. Zooming in on the more intimate details, the air intakes of the side pods appear to be round due to how they've been painted, but the actual inlet is actually square. Above the cockpit we can see something that looks familiar. The air intake appears to be a similar design as in previous years, showing a split of 3 air ducts running to the engine. This isn't particularly unusual because although the car design has changed radically, the engine regulations and intake placement have remained the same. With Aston Martin continuing with the Mercedes engine and their design philosophy, there's also familiar bulges in the bodywork to accommodate the power unit. Walking a little further back around the car and peeking under the rear wing, we can see that a large part of the diffuser is missing. This year, that part, in combination with the ground effect channels under the car, are even more important for generating downforce. So it's not surprising that Aston Martin are trying to keep their design under wraps for as long as possible. Speaking of trying to keep things under wraps, are we seeing a completely asymmetrical front suspension, or is this an epic Photoshop failure? The pushrod that we see on the right side of the image, we don't see on the left. Now that we've arrived at the front again, it's easy to notice the relatively short nose, which stops in front of the lower transverse element of the front wing, making that element appear to float. That lower element seems to hang a bit under the others, whereas the higher elements slide over each other in a more classic way. Looking at the car from above, one notices that the wide bodywork runs quite far to the rear and only at a late stage bends inwards to create the Coke bottle shape. Moreover, there's plenty of grooves carved out into the bodywork, which together almost seem to form a barcode. Such slots were missing in the renders of the Haas F1 car, for example. The first reactions to the car from fans are mostly positive, with the AMR22 being hailed as a beautiful design. But after a tough 2021 season, Aston Martin will want more than beautiful. Beautiful doesn't mean fast, and that's really what the team will be aiming to achieve with the AMR22.